No ei, hyviä mietteitä. Tosi heikko alku nyt, että me oltiin vähän niin kuin sahattiin itseltämme jalkaa siinä. Yritettiin, tai oltiin tietoisia kyllä, että SJK vahva, tulee prässään kovaa ja maalikin tuli semmoista tilanteesta, että pelattiin tai menetettiin itse pallo siinä meidän pelin avausvaiheessa. Ja oli vaikeuksia päästä eteneen eikä löydetty keinoja, mutta sitten toiselle jaksolle nyt tietysti jahdataan peliä, niin saatiin edes jonkunlainen paine sinne ja muutamia tilanteen poikasia.
SJK on päästänyt tällä kaudella 2 maalia. Miten se sun silmään, mikä tuosta SJK:n puolustuksesta tekee niin vahvan sun mielestä?
No ensinnäkin niin kuin mainitsin, niin prässi on tosi kollektiivinen, että he pyrkivät voittamaan niitä palloja siellä yläalueella ja se totta kai helpottaa sitä viimeisen linjan toimintaa. Sitten tiedettiin, että jos me lähdetään, niin kun otetaan pidempiä tai hitaampia hyökkäyksiä, niin hyvin organisoitu niin kun puolustus, että siitä tulee vaikeampi. Että kyllä meillä oli tarkoitus koittaa edetä nopeasti tilanteenvaihdoista ja sitä kautta hyökätä sitten niin kuin epäorganisoitua puolustusta vastaan, mutta varsinkin siinä ekalla jaksolla niin jäi tänään piippuun sen osaltakin.
Yeah, very pleased again with the performance. I think you detached yourself from the result. I think that was another very complete performance, and that has been a constant at the moment. And I think that's what we need to focus on, not just seeing the results, how good they've been, but in the performances. As I thought that the way that we pressed, we limited Ilves to a very little thing. They had to hope to go longer and to get second balls, and then we were very good on the second balls as well. They had periods of time, especially towards the end of the first half, but they adjusted a little bit and made it a little bit awkward for us. And then at the end of the second half, of course, if you haven't put the game to bed like happened last week, there could be a little bit of moments. But I think that in the end we saw it. We saw it out quite well. Adjusted a little bit to make sure that we were a little bit tighter in defense, and the players that came on, regardless of how many minutes they played, they made a difference and they saw it out, and we got the 3 points. It's very important for us at each stage to keep riding this moment.
Jaime Moreno scored again, and it was 3rd game in row when he scored. And why do you think so that he fits so well to this team? Like, could you describe him as a player and why he fits to this team so well?
I think when I get asked the question, I think he's a very competitive player, and he fits into the team, and the players trust him to start with because of that. And then he's a goal scorer. That's what he's done when he's been trusted, and when someone is seeing that of him. He's shown that with goals. At the moment, if I'm honest, he's got about 2, and he's got about 2 or 3 more so far. But it's a good ratio for a player like him. That every couple of chances that he gets, he scores one, but he's giving a lot more to the team. When we're having to teams push a lot of players and going a little bit more man for man, that we can find him, and he wins his first contact. So he's very, as I said, very strong on that side, and the competitive side of things. So very pleased for him because he's moved from the other side of the wall again, because he's trusted us. He's trusted us for his moment of the career that he is. It's very important for him this year with the national team as well. And I think everything is working very well. We just keep focus on making sure that it stays that way.
He's in the 2nd spot of the goal scorer list in Veikkausliigan. Do you think he has a realistic chance to win and be the first guy in the when the season ends?
Well, with this in this ratio, it's quite possible, But I would be delighted if he is the top goal scorer in the Veikkausliigan. That would mean that we've done very well. At the moment, it's just the same thing. For us, is focus on keep the performances up, making sure that the lads keep that level week in, week out, and them individually, as Jaime done. And if we do that, then we'll see the results and what the results are at the end of the season.
Let's talk about a little bit about your game. You have allowed only 2 goals in this season, and that's pretty amazing. Could you describe your defense? Why you are doing so well in the D zone? Because two goals in 6 games, that's pretty huge.
I think is remarkable for a team as young as we are. We are, as we've been saying, we are the youngest team in the Veikkausliigan, and it doesn't show in the performance. It's not secret. It's a lot of work that we put behind. We've been saying it's the second year of a project, and you see the product of it. The level of concentration from these young players and the older players, it's been excellent. And when we are, our concentration is a high level. We've got good players that can win headers, players that don't get beaten 1v1s. We've seen the development of Tiki being able to be flexible in a couple of positions. We see, Terry and the other ones that are not playing at the moment. Someone like Mate that is always playing as a midfielder. How he's developed to his 1v1, very rarely gets beaten, and we're quite pleased. Same thing with the full pass wing backs, whether we're defending in a back 4 or in a back 5. So it's down to them how they've been taking things on board, and the levels of concentration have been very high, and that's very important for the way that we play.
Yeah, and obviously you're playing really good right now, but what are the most important things that you need to improve when the season goes on? Obviously you want to win the whole league, but you need to improve when the season goes on. So what would you pick?
Yeah, of course, I think one of the main things, as I said, is keeping the standards of the performances and the level of performance and competitiveness, which is that for us is very important. As you're saying, another reason for not scoring goals, conceding goals, is that we are defending very far from our goal most of the time. We press really high, we're really intense, and that is a key factor. We know that we got that side. Then improving is our controlling the game more, using the space a little bit better. We are quite flexible in the way that we position our players, where the opposition leave spaces, and if we keep improving that side of things and control the game more, it's just, we will win more games than we lose.
Yes. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
6 games. Now, I like to compare to the last season. Now, it's like I don't know, heaven and hell. Like these 2 seasons.
I knew there's something negative we were going to come this over.
What? I mean, improving for that. How would you compare? What other than results are different than last year in this time?
I think first of all, I don't think last year was hell. I think last year was a step in a process, and a big step in the process. And within that season last year, we had to take smaller steps, and we were taking that time. At time, it's shown with bad results or bad performances. Some days, it's shown very good performances. The biggest difference, as I said, is that we've been able to filter everything and everyone that is in and around the team to create a very good team environment where, as we said, very young individuals that want to make something happen in their careers. They want to improve, and this is something that we focus as a club very much, to be a place for young talent to come in to take their steps in their development and in their careers. And I think that has been a massive part. So how hard they working every week, day in, day out, and how driven they are, even when they're not playing, that they keep working and testing each other. It's been the biggest difference, because it makes it a lot easier for us to keep improving each one of us.
Watching the game today, how I felt was that if nothing special or if nothing weird is going to happen, you are going to win. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, I said that last week after the game as well, and I told them before the game, we are in that moment that, you know, when you get very good momentum and things are going the way they're going, you got to use this and ride this momentum. I've only been once before in this space of mind where you know how you play, what you do, the qualities that we've got, the job that we all have to do, and it's something, nothing strange happens. We know that we've got a very good chance to win, and even if something strange of how this will happen like last week, we still know that we could win. So I think as a mindset, this is very important to keep as a team, because obviously the mental side of things and having that confidence and that belief in ourselves and in each one of us makes us as strong as we've been seeing in the last performances.
How can you feel it? Do you feel it before the game about how the team feels? Do you see it already in the team?
Yeah, I don't worry too much about how they feel, but I know how we feel, and we do feel it. But there is an element of reality and keeping our feet in the ground that is very important. That we don't transform that into being relaxed or being overconfident. No, we know what we are about and how we get our results through hard work, through intensity, through aggression, through openness and flexibility. And we need to keep all those things, that we don't get, you know, too excited and we're thinking, oh no, we've got our targets, we are overdoing our targets because we deserve it. We got to keep it that way and make sure that we stay focused, we stay on track, and then we get our results. That's what our target, that is what we want to get, and then from then on, then we'll see.
The next game is a cup game against AC Oulu. In the last match against AC Oulu, you did what the pitch asked you to do. What can you take from that game to game now against Oulu?
Confidence, and for us is. I think I said it the other day, we as coaches, we try to make it as easy as possible to the players to allow them to be successful. And we will do the same thing on this week. We will take that game, we'll see what we need to do, and there will be things that we've got to adjust. Is it going to be the same game? No, it's another day. It's only 4 days after we played the last game, you know. It's a lot of different, but there's like main pillars that don't change, you know. Us making less passes one day, that doesn't change our identity. Our identity stays the same. Still dominant. We're still relentless. We're still ruthless. We were on that day. We're still a horrible team to play against. That we want to press, and we do it as a team. So that doesn't change. Just from game to game, you got to chat little things to make sure that we are as close to be successful as possible, and that's what we will do in the next game.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.